Hey everyone, it's Monday morning. I'm not a morning person or a Monday person, but somebody asked to put together an update video on Monday mornings just to outline everything that's due this week and give out any updates. There wasn't any more questions in the Ask Zach form, probably because a lot of them get answered during discussion section. There was one question in there from about a week ago that asks why there's a drinking fountain in the picture for the class. And the reason is because it used to be illegal to drink out of drinking fountains, which seems crazy because drinking water is a basic biological function or whatever, but yeah, it was a crime. And so I think that comments on the nature of criminology, and I think it also speaks to the fact that if you let them control which drinking fountain you can drink out of, next thing you know, the government's going to be trying to tell you which bathroom you can use, who you can marry, and so on. And so I think the drinking fountain really symbolizes a lot, and it really emphasizes the fact that law and justice are two different things. So this week there is 2 lessons, 2 reading quizzes, and 1 writing assignment. The lessons are a little bit shorter this time. They include Intro to Sociological Criminology and Intro to Crime, Criminalization, and Deviance. And then the readings are Mean Streets, which is a study by Bill McCarthy, who's a sociology professor here in the department. And I think the paper really, it's meant to help stand in for really like the second half of the 20th century in sociological criminology. Obviously, there's no way to cover all of it at once in one paper or whatever, and so I have some contextualizing information in there. I have like a bunch of reviews of the book and stuff like that that'll help you put it in its place. And then I'm also going to have Bill come in and give a guest talk. Either he'll be doing that during a discussion section probably next week, or I'll record an interview with him and post it. And then so also make sure, if you haven't yet, look at the Learning Objectives video, which is posted under the Introduction Information module at the top of Canvas. In that video, I talk about how Mean Streets relates to a couple of the learning objectives, so that might be helpful for some of you. And then the writing assignment, so you're just going to pose a question that you'll answer in your final paper. I provide a bunch more details, so I'm not going to go into it here, but really it's, a question helps you frame your paper. It helps guide your research and searching for academic literature. And so that's all you're going to be doing this week, is just posing a question. You'll submit it to your group. Hopefully you all can give each other feedback, ask each other questions. And I'll also be giving feedback either this week or in the coming weeks. And then, excuse me. And then for the test, I don't think this is what some of you want to hear, but I thought the test went great. The average score is 77%. That's lower than a normal test, but for a class where 40% of your grade is automatic, like this one, a C average on the test isn't that surprising or whatever. You would expect about a B average normally on normal tests. So I think that is right in line with what I was kind of hoping for. The distribution's normal, so that means that the curve looks like that there's not a lot of A's and F's, that most people scored in the middle, which is kind of how you would expect. There's a few questions that I'll be going over that I'd like to see what people were thinking, ones that a lot of people got wrong. So just because a lot of people got it wrong, I don't think it makes it necessarily a bad question. It might be a hard question, but if there was a question that was poorly worded or some of the answers were confusing, I think that's stuff that I'll drop those questions if you all present arguments for why your answer makes sense. So bring your questions to discussion section tomorrow because we'll be talking about them then. And that is all I will say for now. I hope this video was helpful. I know it was low energy. I'll try to figure out what to do about that in future videos. I hope you have a great week and get started on the work early.